Hi everybody, Matt here from Matt Likes Comics. And I wanted to do a quick shout out before we got into this things to Callie from Callie Comics out in California there, who's a member of the band of brothers who do their monthly auctions on the Bleak's channel and Who Dad's channel and K-pop channel and all that other stuff. I want to thank Callie in particular because his AOK has helped me finish pretty much, most of my Buffy collection. Everything is going well. And the reason I bring that up is today's topic is the 12th season of Buffy from Dark Horse Comics. Now, of course, we all know that Buffy ran for 7 seasons on television. Those are the canonical, you know the word I'm trying to say. The canon 7 seasons of TV. Bang. We all know that ends, of course, with the Hellmouth disappearing, and there's a big hole where Sunnydale used to be in a lot of places, parts of the town. However, Dark Horse Comics, after doing their first Buffy run that was during that was on while that they did while the TV show was going, decided to continue with a season 8 and 9 and 10 and 11 and 12. Season 8 of Buffy is what got me back into comic books again. And it was very interesting to read and to watch. So of course this takes place. I'm going to cover the 12th season. There was only 4 issues. So, and the reason I'm covering it is because they actually set up this series to be the culmination and finish of everything Buffy, that there's nothing else to tell after this. In reality, Dark Horse lost the license to Boom, and Boom has continued to do Buffy stories. Of course, they've done it in a different way. Some of the Boom Buffy is like, what if Buffy is in a different world and Xander's now gay and Faith is gay and Willow's gay and from the start, and the only person in this series who's not gay is Giles and Buffy. But that's neither here nor there. That's just a different way to look at everything, and this is the way they decided to go. So that's Boom Comics, anyways. Not what we're talking about here. So this is considered. They call this series Buffy the Reckoning. This is a 4-issue series that completely wraps up. They have a lot of characters that haven't made appearances in a long time, and they try to finish those people's stories and stuff like that. You've got Willow, you've got Xander, you've got Dawn, you've got Giles, you've got Angel and Spike and Buffy, of course. You even see appearances by people like Harmony, and some old villains come along, and it's just. There's also the fact that, again, there were 4 seasons between the TV show and now, and they used some of the original characters in there. So what this video is going to do, because to take the time to explain every single little thing, this video would be 2 to 3 hours long. Can't do it. There's going to be a little bit of an assumption here that you guys have read some of the Buffy books, if not all of them. For the simple fact, for quick and easy. If there's somebody you don't know, if there's someone you want to know about, comment below and I can answer the question there, or go get the books. That's really what I want you to do, because the Buffy stories from Dark Horse were fantastic. They were absolutely blown away. Joss Whedon actually was involved with this, so as much as you may not like what Whedon has done, that we found out about later, the fact is these books are written as if they were TV show Buffy, and therefore continue the goodness of that kind of thing. So, also Buffy books had 2 covers or more, depending on the thing. There was always a painted cover, and there was always a photo cover. This series was an exception to that I'm aware of, because they probably do have photo covers, but I have all the painted covers. Every other series I got some of each. This one I have, they're all painted covers. So Joss Whedon is the writer for this George Gianti is one of the artists. And Christos Gage, let's take a look. I can't tell if he's a writer or an artist. Okay, so let's take a look quickly. Hello. Okay, story Josh Wheaton and Christos Gage. Script Christos Gage. Pencils George J.T. Inks Carl Story. And that was who I was going to say was the inker for sure. So, without further ado, let us begin our little tale. This is Buffy the Reckoning, and this is issue 1. In issue 1, this is called 1 Year Later. The lives of Buffy and the Scoobies have actually not been eventful since the events that ended season 11. They've had some time to relax. They've had no contact with the forces of darkness, unless you count Spike and the angel forces of darkness, for about a calendar year. So we cut to the 23rd century, where a sorcerer uses magic to send the big bad Hearthfrey into pain. Because 2 centuries ago, from this point, the last Slayer faced an open... Oh my god. Faced an apocalyptic demon army, but they destroyed each other. So we're talking the 21st century. So that's our time, basically. So this takes place... Right now, this was taking place 200 years in the future. The sorcerer has given Hearth the memories of every Slayer, because he is the twin brother of the current Slayer, someone by the name of Melika. He's using these memories to try and find information about the event, the sorcerer is, because he wants to know what exactly happened. He's writing stuff down or whatever. Hearth, laughing because he's got the memories now, says that there are many Slayers, but all are powerless except for Buffy. And Buffy had recently visited the era in season 11. Therefore, Hearth has been seen before, as has Malika. Okay? Hearth uses the distraction of his minions to come in to attack the sorcerer and steal an artifact that was called the Scepter of the Veils. Cut to the present. Hi, present. Okay. Buffy cuddles with her niece Joyce, having arrived for Xander and Dawn's housewarming party. Xander and Dawn are now a couple, for those that haven't read any of the books. And they've just had a child by the name, and it's a daughter, and they named her Joyce after Buffy's mother. Okay. Spike and Buffy have also recently broken up again. And Giles has informed everybody that the spell from season 11 that brought him... Giles had died and then came back as a child, and now a spell has brought him back to adult size, and he's telling them this is permanent. Willow has founded an empowerment center for Slayers in order to get training, and also for Wiccans so that they can learn how to control magic. Okay. Angel and Ilaria, who is Fred, if you know the Amy Acker character from Angel. Okay. They arrive to tell the Scoobies that Wolfram and Hart have arranged for an attack on the Willow's Cove, her little center. Buffy recognizes Hearth as the source of the intel from something you're going to have to read the book to see, because I didn't write every detail down as usual, because I want you guys to have some surprises. Meanwhile, at the Silicon Valley branch of Wolfram and Hart, various demons have gathered towards Hearth. The Scoobies attack there, thanks to the information they got from Angel. Faith is then taken care to stop reinforcements coming in on the bad side. Buffy and Hearth get into a fight. Suddenly, the mayor appears, and if you remember the mayor from season 3, he had ascended into a demonic form. Well, he's here in his demonic form. Okay, Faith charges at him, but he just brushes her aside. And the sorcerer, the Scoobies realize that the info from Hearth was given to them in order to lure them here. And they manage to escape from the situation they're in. Well, Angel directs them towards a safe room at Wolfram and Hart, but the mayor breaks in. Dawn, though, manages to use her key power. Yes, she has a key power now because she was the key of making portals, and they managed to escape. Back at Dawn and Xander's house, the Scoobies are very frustrated. Buffy remembers her visit to the future, and while she was there, she was found a library for Watchers. Willow thinks she can get the group back to this future era, and Dawn's key powers are vital to this. So they get there, they decide to do it, and as they arrive, Malika and Aaron are there waiting for Buffy, and they're ready to attack. And that is how book 1 ends. Now, Malika and Aaron are both sisters of Hearth. Malika is the twin sister. Okay, the one that's supposed to be the slayer of this time. So, we move on to story 2, book 2, which is called Future Shock. It's got a nice cover on this. I think this is probably the best cover of the 4, in my opinion. They're coming out of the portal into the future here. So Buffy complains as she comes out that she's always being attacked in the future, because if you had read season 11 when she showed up, she literally got out and bang, people were attacking her at the same time. During the fight that she has with the current Slayer, Malika, Buffy gets her scythe back. And she explains that she's here to stop Hearth in this future time. Now, unfortunately, their sister Arrow is stopped from attacking the Scoobies. Fortunately, I should say. And Buffy realized Hearth already knows what's going on, because this is the kind of stuff that is sort of seen in visions. So they end up going to the Watcher's library, where Giles asks if there are any immortals left on the planet, and apparently the only immortal left is Willow and Malika as a Slayer. Okay, so not even Spike nor Angel are there in this future time. A team is formed to go with Angel to see a personage named Gunther of the Fish Demon, who knows all the answers of things in this future. Apparently, there is one mortal left that they didn't know about, and she is known as the Queen. They walk in, and it turns out it's Harmony. Of all people, Harmony. Harmony, if you'll remember, is now a vampire. She is the only immortal left, besides Willow. And Harmony explains there was Buffy and Willow's victory. She explains that it was Buffy and Willow's uniting of sorcerers and slayers at the center, the Empowerment Center, that sent vampires and demons to team up to destroy everybody. Basically, Buffy is the only one to survive the fight. When Willow blows the bad guys, this is what apparently happens in the past. Willow blows the bad guys through a portal to hell, and Buffy has to go in and keep them there. So she never comes back. Until Willow, who in the future, if you've seen in season 11 again, in the future brings Buffy back to kill her because she's become too powerful and too dark. Buffy comes back to kill her, that is already in the future as well. And that unfortunately won't be changed by what's going on in here. So Hearth manages to escape the fate of the rest. They discover that he is the one demon who doesn't fall through the portal. So in the future, the Scoobies they decide to see what to do, and they all end up. The future team decides to come to the past with the Buffy and them, and they go back to our time, but Gunther, the fish guy, is asked to come, but he decides to stay. Um, the future Slayers, though, of course, go, and so does the sister. Meanwhile, Giles has found the history of the reckoning, and he finally gets clues on what's going to happen. They go home, cut to Hearth and the mayor getting ready for the big fight, thus ending Book 2. Book 3 is known as The Reckoning. And here is the cover. You see Buffy's got the scythe. Hearth, by the way, is this nerdy looking guy with the glasses, if you can see him. Okay? He's the big bad, but he's a vampire. He's and he's trying to get all of the more power in order to become the most powerful quest thing on the planet. So, in Book 3, Andrew returns to help the Scoobies. Andrew's now a big shot guy, and he's made a lot of money, so he's able to supply the Scoobies with equipment and weaponry. In this case, he's brought them a communications device, which, if you know your comic books, Andrew makes a comment about who's going to be the Oracle to the Bat team, and Giles is going to be the person who coordinates everything through the system. Okay, so once they're set up and ready to go, Giles actually asks Andrew if he would start the new Watchers Council. Andrew is, honored by this choice, and off he goes, and we don't see him again. He goes to start up the thing. And so everybody else is saying their goodbyes and getting ready to their, I love you, da, 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 da. We're going to take care of each other. And Buffy and Spike, they have a heart-to-heart, which basically they're saying, if we come back, maybe we'll give this another try. Because, apparently I can tell you that over the course, Spike died, if you'll recall, in season 7 on television, but came back during season 4 and 5 of Buffy. Of Angel, I mean. So Spike was alive in season 8 and season 9, season 10, and so et cetera, and they were off and on the entire time. Buffy's never really, except for a brief period in season 8, Buffy never got back with Angel. They got together once, and in season 8. Anyway, back to this one. Hearth and his army show up, and the battle begins. They have to show various parts of the battle in here. Again, I'm not going to describe. There's, the usual witty banter and bang, 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 spike, bang, 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 stab, bang, 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 dust. The typical stuff for a few pages. Okay. Once, all of a sudden, Malaka attempts to speak with her brother in the middle of the fight. They see, from this discussion, her and her sister see that Hearth is past any hope of being helped again. He has absolutely embraced being a vampire, and he really, really wants to be the most powerful person ever. He manages to sneak up on Buffy and use the scepter to steal. He touches the scythe with the scepter, and he steals all the Slayer power that had been sent to Buffy. Buffy had been given all the powers of the Slayers again in order to win this fight. So even Faith is powerless, and a bunch of all the. If you remember, this is the same thing they did at the end of season 7, so that she could defeat Caleb and the first. So they pulled that same stunt again, only this time the big bad has managed to steal the power for himself. And that is book 3. In terms of descriptions, it's the shortest one because it's mostly fights. Bringing us to the finale of the finales. The last issue of season 12. Buffy on the cover is seen walking away from her scythe. If you remember, she got this in the fight against Caleb in the first place. And she's carried it ever since. They do reference a lot. That's what one of the good things about Josh Whedon being the writer for most of the books afterwards is he's managed to keep his continuity together. Again, despite what you might think of the gentleman, Buffy's still pretty darn good. So this one is called Finale. Buffy attempts to attack Hearth, but because he has the scythe and claim the weapon for himself, he has all of the power. So Aaron and Faith are completely out of their minds, wondering how a man can even carry the Slayer power. But because he is the double whammy of being a twin of the Slayer, the current Slayer, and the fact that he is immortal and as a vampire and stronger than a regular human, he is able to survive the power as a man and use it. Angel, Spike, and Ilaria dive into the fight out of the blue. They really dive into the fight at this point. Well, Willow tells Dawn to open the portal, and they do she conjures the whirlwind, which they predicted would happen, in order to send the demons to hell. Some do go, but the stronger ones are all able to resist. So already the past has changed slightly, because all the how they had in the book, only Hearth was able to avoid getting put in. One of the ones that survives is the mayor. The mayor's too big to go get blown away. So while Willow falls in exhaustion, Dawn still manages, thus ending the tornado. Dawn is still managing to keep the portal open. Angel, Buffy, and Spike have decided though that they need a different plan. So they will toss the demons in themselves, basically. Ilyar, okay, I always have a problem with this person's name, so I'm just going to say Fred. Fred turns into her original form and manages to knock in most of the original of the other demons, and she realizes she needs to go to hell so that Buffy can stay here. And again, changing the future that they saw. So sure enough, they go through, and Dawn finally collapses because she can't keep the portal open anymore. And Xander picks her up and tries to take her from the fight. Hearth then beheads the mayor because the mayor makes a snarky comment about something, and Hearth didn't like it. And he's now screaming out that the world is his. Remember, he's powerful now. Buffy and Malika go to fight him, but he claims that he's going to finally kill them and reshape the world into his own image and and he will rule it forever. Shoving Malika away, he finally grabs Buffy by the neck, telling the Slayer that the power was wasted on people like her. Suddenly, he is racked with intense pain, and it wasn't caused by Buffy. Buffy realized he's suddenly been paralyzed by all the memories from the former Slayers, their deaths, all the pain they've ever had, all the stress they were under as Slayers. And as a result, he drops the scythe Malika picks it up and gives it back to Buffy, who then manages to stake Hearth in the heart. Hearth begins to dust, but the Slayer's power is still managing to keep him together. A blue light suddenly leaves his body and goes back to Malika, which turns out to be the memories of the Slayers. Thus, once that does, they all realize that they've gotten their powers back. Faith suddenly feels powerful again, and so do the other Slayers. Hearth, excuse me, finally turns into dust. Fight is over. That is the climax. The rest of the book, which I'm not going to get into because I want you guys to read, but there's a good 8 pages still or so of this book, deals with the aftermath and what's going on with everything after that. Basically, the future people go home, that kind of stuff, and the wrap up of this person is this and this person is that. So that's basically where we go from this place. Buffy ends the book by joining a party. That's it. In that sense. That's the only thing I'm going to say. But everybody's had conversations and they've done other things. So, I mean, buy this book. Read this book. Read this series. Read Buffy. Buffy has been, from day one, Buffy the Vampire Slayer has been a fun universe. I have immensely enjoyed it. I mean, here are my Buffy DVDs. I have Buffy hardback books. I've got Buffy collections of comics. I've got just about every Buffy comic that's been done. This is a good ending. It's short, sweet, and very Buffy. Kind of like Buffy is short and sweet. Anyway, if you like what I've done, please like, subscribe, and comment below. As I said, if you're confused by any person or thing in this thing, where they fit in the Buffyverse, etc., leave a question below, and I will answer it to the best of my knowledge. Or as I said, pick up the books yourself. Just about every season 8 and on book can be gotten for less than cover price right now. There are no real keys per se in these books, so therefore it's just a question of getting them finding them in various places and putting it together. In fact, I want to say out there, big shout out to Rob at my local comic book shop, because it was thanks to him I was able to finish season 8 series, getting all the books for the series, because it went 40 issues and I started buying it at issue 37. So I had to buy all the back issues, and he had the vast majority of them, and certainly he had the last 3 I needed. And I'm very grateful for that. And then I was able to get to buy every other one as it came on the shelf. I bought these, the day they, as they came in. I've been reading Buffy ever since I got back into comic books. So, thank you very much. Like, subscribe. As I said, comment below. I really want to hear from you. On other news, I have some books coming in that will cover topics that some of you out there have indicated you wanted to see on this channel. So when those books arrive, I will be doing some new videos with the new books. I'm not going to do an usual unboxing with them, even though they're coming from... I'm not going to do the usual unboxing video, because I'd rather show these books for the first time in the videos that I do of this nature with them. Anyway, thank you very much. If you've watched this far, thank you very much. I appreciate it very much. Don't forget the giveaway I'll be doing soon. So like, subscribe, comment, tell your friends, and everybody, let's have a comic party, as they say. Anyway, My name's Matt, and I like comics. And I hope you do too.